Hey guys, it's your girl Leslie, and today we're reading chapter 5 and maybe 4. Well, 5 and 6, sorry, I apologize. Maybe of Vigelante Deku story. I hope you guys are enjoying these. Most likely, I get it, we're all bored. Coronavirus. But first things first, I would like to show you guys first, I'm going to show you this video clip real quick. So, hey guys, it's your girl Leslie, and I got a new pair of glasses, and came to find out today that my left eyesight is way worse than my right. It's switched, don't worry. I'm getting all of it right, I promise. But yeah, my right one's less messed up than the left one, so that's the first thing. Second, new glasses. And third, got new pairs of cat ears. They're cute. I'm surprised I actually found them, but they're pretty cute. Also, these glasses are pretty cute as well. Okay. Anyways, I gotta go have an awesome day. And also by seconds, my vision comes back. But I really like these glasses. They're nice to wear, and I can read easier and not damage my eyes, guys. So this is perfect. Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and read because 1, I'm bored, and 2, I have nothing to do. But I am getting my sneak soon. We just have to be patient, y'all. We have to wait. We have to be patient. Anyways, paralyzed. I don't know how to say this correctly. Paralyzes. I know I'm gonna say it wrong. Don't judge me. But anyways, I guess chapter 5. Yamada yawned and stretched. His radio show had just ended, and he was on his way home. Time to pop out a latte and dump a shit ton of sugar in it. Before setting a pot of pure black coffee for Aizawa to down when he got home from his patrol, and maybe figure out a way to wrestle the little jelly packs out of his grip. He was walking past a particular dark alleyway when suddenly he found a hand on his mouth. Hey, Antel was right. We really got to race President Mick. President Mick, boss is going to be so proud of us. A man laughed, but Yamada quickly twisted out of his grip and kicked his attacker in the face. Yamada growled and prepared to fire off a yell when suddenly he felt his breath sucked out of him, and all he managed to get out was a gasp. Ha! You can't yell when you can't breathe, can you? A lady grinned, her hands glowing blue. Yamada could see a hazy blue cloud circling his head. He tried to hold whatever oxygen he had in his lungs. A green blur dropped onto the lady like a cannonball, and she was knocked out. The figure in green stood up and dusted himself off. Oh, hi, President Mick. He gave a small wave, like he didn't just drop off out of the sky out of nowhere and stomped a villain flat. You again, the man snarled as his arm began sparkling with electricity. You're the one stealing all our information, Brad. He thrust his hand into Izuki's direction, and electricity blasted out. No idea what you're talking about, Izuki replied in a sing-song voice, dodging the blast and jumped, grabbing onto a near water pipe. A man emerged from the shadows, and Izuki yelped as his shadowy arms reached out to grab him. Yeah! President launched a small sound wave at the arms, and they disappeared. Shadow Guy is a problem, Izuki grumbled, flicking his goggles a few times. Better. A few more guys dropped up from the rooftops, and Izuki hissed. Both he and President Mick were surrounded. And there were a few newbies that Izuku didn't know the quirks of. A woman shot blast of water at Yamada, but he was able to deflect it with a well-timed yell. The entire group were soaked from the attack. Another guy took out 2 knives and rushed at Izuki. He dodged one and kicked the knife out of the other guy's out of the other guy's arms, but failed to notice the shadow quirk user behind him. He sank his shadow-infused claws into Izuki's shoulder, and he hissed in pain before kicking the shadow user into the wall and knocking him out with his own knife. President Milk was holding his own against the water user, yelling to deflect her water attacks and knocking a few villains away. One seemed to have a scorpion quirk, as he had grown a tail and was currently trying to spear President Mick with it. Another guy had arms that turned into blades and decided to change his target from President Mick to Izuki. The electric user also decided to change his target from Izuki to President Mick, and fired off an electric pulse to stun the voice hero, accidentally shocking the water user in the process. Izuki pushed the voice hero out of the puddle and jeered, "That's all you got?" "Shut up, brat," the electric user snarled, taking a step forward into the massive puddle. Before attempting to electrocute Izuki, he accidentally shocking himself and the water user in the process. Okay, guys, I gotta say this. And I can't believe I gotta say this. Obviously, electricity travels through water as well, y'all. Like, if you electrocute water, it's gonna electrocute the whole water. And whoever is in the water will be electrocuted. Like, for real. Even I know this. Lord. Idiot. Izuki laughed before coughing out some blood into his mask. "Nice job, listener." President Mick grinned after screeching into the scorpion's ear and blasting him into the guy who turned his arms into blades. "That was kind of nasty shock, though. Are you okay?" "I had worse," Izuki mumbled, tying the villains up with zip ties. President Mick called the police to pick them up, and failed to notice the scorpion getting up. With a hiss, scorpion user lunged at President Mick and lashed his tail out. Out of the corner of his eyes, Yamada saw some movement. He whirled around only to see a giant tail being whipped toward him. Shit. He cursed internally, bracing himself for the impact before he was pushed out of the way. He felt his head hit the wall, and while he was slightly dizzy from the impact, he only gaped in horror at the scene in front of him. "Even if I go down, I'll take one of you down. Boss doesn't care as long as we beat you up. As long as you're alive and have your quirks." Scorpion screeched, laughing venomously as he threw limp Izuki against the ground. "I'll tear you apart, limb after limb, and let you suffer." Dang, doesn't this sound like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat? Anyone? Except he's a little bit more, moral? Yamada's voice was stuck in his throat as he saw dimly the large slash in the vigilante's hoodie caused by the villain. He felt even more sick as he saw blood stain the hoodie, and the fury in his gut exploded. He let out a sharp screech right in the villain's face. As the villain went down, he turned to check on the downed vigilante. He was gone. He felt an odd weight in his pocket, and Yamada fished out another flash drive. How the hell did he get that? Turning it over, the tape with the name Izuki on it caught his eye, and he sighed as an inspiration, the little green vigilante. Midoriya hissed as he climbed up a ladder to the roof. Usually, he didn't have any problems doing so, but that damn scorpion had landed a pretty nasty hit on him. At least President Mick was okay. Midoriya liked listening to the voiceover of the radio. He liked how President Mick actually interacted with his fans and tried to help them, unlike some sticking flaming trash bag. Ooh, does anyone know who this character is? Guess in 3, 2, 1, y'all, because I know who this character is, but we're going to meet him, sadly, in the future. Midoriya hunched over, gasping for breath. He could feel his muscles tensing and locking up, and he groaned. He just didn't have to worry about all the bleeding all over the rooftops. He also had to worry about the suddenly becoming paralyzed and maybe falling to his doom or dying for some other stupid way on his way home. His brain became fuzzy, but remembered that his dear little student lived around this area. Time to visit one Shinso Hitoshi. Shinso did not expect this. His parents weren't home. Luckily, they decided to take a week off for some holiday or something, leaving him alone with nothing more than some money for training with Izuku had overrun, and he did not want to explain why he was home late. He had heated up some noodles he managed to sneak from the school cafeteria before attempting to finish his homework. Insomnia sucked, and it was well into the night as he heard a knock on his door. Warily, Shinso had looked through the pinhole, seeing nothing unusual. He was about to write it off as a prank when he heard a harsh cough outside his door. Maybe it was a murderer that wanted to trick him? Or a robber? His common sense screamed danger at him, but one thing that Izuku taught him was to trust his instincts and his gut feeling. He didn't have time to think when he was in a fight. 1 second, and they all slit his throat, and all they needed was to slit his throat. Shinso opened the door. He did not expect to see his mentor leaning against the doorframe with one hand and his other hand on his chest. His green hoodie stained with blood that was slowly dripping onto the ground. "What happened to you?" Shinso gasped, catching the vigilante as he stumbled. Izuku was small, sure, but he was light. Way too light to even for a young adult or even a teenager. Shinso realized that he had no idea how old his teacher was. "Sorry," Izuku gasped as Shinso helped him into the sitting room and onto the couch. Some stupid paralyzing quirk. Didn't want to die or get caught on the way home. Sorry for being a burden. Last time you saved me, don't worry about it. Shinso grunted, digging through Izuku's belt pouch for his antiseptic cream and bandages. "You need help dressing the wound?" Shinso asked. Izuku mumbled, "Yeah. Can you cut the hoodie open?" Upon doing so, Shinso gasped in horror at the wounds that Izuku had. There was blood spilling from his shoulder across his chest to his hip, and Shinso blanked. He was expecting it to be bad, but there was so much blood that Shinso was wondering how the heck Izuku was still conscious. Izuku coughed and removed his goggles and his mask sluggishly before clumsily fumbling into his pouch before proceeding a sewing kit. Shinso felt so uncomfortable watching Izuku sloppily weave the needle thread in and out of his flesh, and excusing himself to go fetch a wet towel because he could not stand to watch his mentor, a person he had grown so close to, hurting himself, even though he was technically trying to stitch up a wound without painkillers. Okay, excuse me, y'all. Do not ever do this. Please go to the hospital and take at least painkillers if you're going to do this. Like, be a smart person, people. Like, for real. Please. Don't be stupid. Ay. By the time he had composed himself, Izuku was finished. His fingers were stained with blood, and the knife was lying on the ground, alongside the needle. Izuku didn't move for a long time. Shinso would have thought he was dead if not for the fact that his chest was rising and falling. He then just realized that Izuku had passed out. Shinso tried to help Izuku with the bandages, though he personally felt that he had done rather a sloppy job, given that he had to support Izuku and wrap him up at the same time. The vigilante was also really, really light. Hell, Shinso could see his ribs clearly, and that definitely wasn't good. What the hell is he eating? Air? He carefully took off the bloodied shirt and hoodie to wash them. Izuku would probably not want them back. The shirt? Maybe not, but the hoodie? Definitely. With his hoodie gone, Shinso already realized he had rather deep gashes on his shoulder and set about to patch them up too. With the absence of the goggles, hoodie, and mask, as well as any blood that was on his face, Shinso realized how young his mentor was. Soft, fluffy green hair with freckles adored his face. And Shinso wondered how the heck this little kid was a vigilante that took down villains 2 or 3 sizes of him. The only thing Shinso noticed that really stood out was his eye bags, and they looked worse than his own. Shinso sighed, bringing his homework out to the living room so he could watch over the vigilante and finish whatever essay his teacher wanted him to finish. It hadn't been an hour before Izuki woke up, thrashing and gasping for air. Shinso wasn't expecting him to wake up so soon, or for him to immediately start reaching behind his neck for something, and looking around at everything like they were out to kill him. Hey, it's okay. Shinso didn't know how to calm the panicking boy, and tossed one of his spare jackets at Izuki, thinking that he was cold or something. Izuki probably put the jacket on and pulled his hoodie over his head, sighing in relief. Sorry. I usually wake up fighting or strangling when I know I didn't sleep on my own accord in case I'm kidnapped or knocked out, and I fall asleep because of some drug or something. Izuki mumbled, pulling the hood that covered his face entirely. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I'm a loser. I'm a hater. And then no copyright. Hey. Okay, continuing. It's fine. Shinso sighed again. Are you okay? He had never seen Izuki so shaken up before. He was concerned for his mentor. I just don't feel good without something covering my face, Izuki admitted. I feel exposed, useless, too much like my old self. I just feel confident with something to hide my identity. Something that screams something other than, hey, this is a useless little brat. Come beat me up. Shinso flinched at the way Izuki spoke about himself. You're not useless. You're kind, willing to help anyone who needs it. And you're willing to risk your life for others. You're not useless in any way. He did not realize that he said that out loud. Shinso, tell me honestly. The green-haired boy looked at Shinso. Do you think that I could become a hero? Yeah. I mean, you're technically a vigilante, so police treat you like a villain, but you go saving around people for absolutely no good reason. You could definitely be a hero. I'm technically not a vigilante since I'm quirkless. Shinso blinked. So? Izuki looked at the taller boy in confusion. Everyone says I can't be a hero because I'm quirkless. My teachers, my classmates, even my parents. The smaller boy looked like he wanted to cry, but no tears came out. I should have died in that fire 7 years ago. My mom did, and she was right. Don't make me cry, boy. Don't make me cry. I'm useless. Me wanting to be a hero is just a pipe dream, Izuki growled, absenting his rubbing his hair through the borrowed jacket. I'm sorry I'm being such a burden. Look, you're teaching me how to fight quirkless. You're fighting off villains without using whatever quirk you have. You're not a burden, so don't get that silly thought through your head. Get that silly thought out of your head. Shinso sat beside the boy. You took care of me all of those months ago, and even now, you're thinking about other people. And I'm pretty sure you're thinking about how to help others while you're stuck here with me. I'm pretty sure that does not fall under being useless. Shinso decided to file away the fact that Izuki said that he should have died in the fire. Honestly, you're the best that has ever happened to me. I told you before. Everyone hates me for my quirk. Everyone thinks I'm going to be a villain. My parents think my dream of being a hero is stupid and meaningless because of my quirk. You're the first real friend I've had in over a decade. We're friends? Izuki said. Izuki turned to look at the taller boy. I never really had any friends. I had one good friend, but he kind of pushed me away. So, but also kind of helped me, so I really don't know. But, yeah, meeting you was nice. Both of them sat quietly next to each other before Izuki spoke up. Izuku. What? Shinso asked. My real name is Izuku Midoriya, 14 years old. But call me Izuku. Midoriya Izuku. I don't want to be called a Midoriya ever again. Well, call me Toshi then. Shinso rubbed his neck, and Midoriya turned to stand up. Well, I'll go now. I don't want to be a burden. He was wrongly pushed back onto the couch by the taller boy. You're not a burden, and I'm putting you under house arrest to let those damn wounds heal. What kind of hero bleeds out while fighting a villain? It's funny to see how the supposed to be scary and mysterious vigilante pouting and whining like a kid. Okay, y'all, I'm only read freaking this chapter. This took 19 minutes to read. I should have credit for this. This is like, I want to make these videos really long because like last video, I made it like literally 43 minutes for just 2 chapters. Lord baby Jesus. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more new videos, guys. And wish me luck because for some reason, like, I just like we're all bored, and I'm bored. So if y'all want me to read some like other stories, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to follow me on any other social media, all links to my social medias are down in the description down below. And yeah, guys. Anyways, I got to go, sadly. Anyways, guys, bye and peace.